Well, congratulations on getting the first legitimate finish of the card. How does that feel?
Feels great. If that's the first finish, right? That was the first finish of the card? Damn, that smells like 50K.
Yeah, I mean, there was technically the TKO injury, but I'm not counting that.
TKO said, let's get submission of the night. Let's go.
So what are you going to do with that bonus if you get it?
Buy my mom a house.
Wow.
Yeah. Buy my mom a house.
That's
Maybe
awesome.
Vegas, maybe Florida. I don't know. We'll see.
So did you expect the fight to go that way, or had you pictured something else in your mind?
Well, I didn't expect to be body triangled for 3.5 minutes, but I know he's a strong, he comes on strong in the first round. I had to weather that storm. I knew if he was going to finish, it was going to be when he had that body triangle. So in my world, he missed his opportunity. And if you guys know Nazim, my style, I come on stronger as the fight goes on.
And you mentioned that you were kind of avenging a loss. Can you talk to me about that a little bit?
Yeah, well, it's not like this crazy thing, but the fans made it a thing. They were saying it on Twitter, on Instagram, like you got to get this one back for Steamroll. You got to get this one back. So we got it back.
My dude.
Let's go, Steamroller.
You guys have kind of a unique bond over there in New York. Can you talk to me a little bit about why that is? Because there's obviously camps everywhere, but you guys seem to have a bond that a lot of the others don't have.
Like Serra-Longo, Eric Heyer, Matt Serra, our coaches create that bond. It's been nothing but pure pleasure to be on that team since I stepped foot in Law MMA in 2019. I'm eternally grateful, and thanks to them, I not only became a better fighter, but a better person. They taught me how to open up, how to be a better man. So, yeah, that's all them. That's all the coaches. And our brotherhood is genuine. Nothing's forced. We have so many different cultures, so many different nationalities in the gym. It's great.
And we already know about that there's a pact between Aljamain and Merab not to fight each other. Are there any more pacts that we're not aware of that we may have to take into consideration?
I know Frivola, if they threw him like 50 million, he'd be like, yo, Naz. He would call me and be like, yo, let's go, but I don't want to fight him.
Bro, we'll fight next week.
Fight next week, but how much though? 50 million and up. Nah, man. I don't ever see myself fighting my teammates like at all. Honestly, I don't have any interest. We don't have a huge team with 150 fighters where I haven't seen somebody in 3 years, and from all of a sudden I'm trying to claim that this guy's on my team to not fight him. Everybody on my team is my brother and sister, so I'm not fighting anybody from my team.
And is it because you don't want to be physically hurting somebody that you care about, or is it more about, hey, they know everything about me, so this fight's going to be not so great?
The deeper we get into this, like the more I look at this as like, the more I try to be a professional in that, like I leave all the emotion out of it, which I do, but just your teammate, like you guys bleed together, you sweat together, you share moments together and all this stuff. It's like, and I know it sounds cheesy or whatever, but I just don't see myself. I'm the type of guy that will fight anybody, but I don't see myself taking my friend's dream that bled with me, that helped me. Like we talk about, we avenge this loss for Frivola. How would I turn around and fight him tomorrow? I wouldn't.
And you mentioned wanting to fight in New York. Do you have an opponent that you'd like to fight there, or is it more about the location?
It is more about the location. I didn't think. I know, I look at who's on the roster and stuff. I know there's exciting fights. The UFC will always put together an exciting matchup. I didn't think of anybody. I'll probably throw it out there like, I don't know, I'll be hanging out in a few weeks and I'll maybe post it on social media or something. I'll think of something. We'll have something fun for November, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nazim over here.
How you doing?
Obviously, you brought out a great team to this fight, but you also had Aljamain, Merab, and Dennis in the crowd cheering you on. How was it like having those guys with you?
Amazing. Dennis flew out here just for me. He flew out like 2 days ago. That's my Albanian brother. It's amazing having these guys. Merab, Aljo, these guys like Aljo, Merab, Frivola in particular, I always say it like this, like we're the younger guys and we're the up-and-coming guys, and they laid out the blueprint. They show us how you have to carry yourself, what you have to do, how you have to train, where to invest your money. They show us. It's like you look at them and you learn so much just seeing how they are. So it's always amazing to have them around.
What do you think would be like your biggest takeaway you've learned from them so far?
From all these guys, just to laugh more, you know, because I come from like you know, like my culture, it's a little more like, at least my household maybe, or I don't know what I would really attribute it to, but I just come from a more stoic background. Like it's more stoic, more stoicism, more seriousness. Like anybody from former Soviet Union countries, like they age faster. At like 22, you would think they're like 35. And I used to get told when I was 25, oh, I thought you were 32. And then I kind of started training with these guys and I spent some time with them. Now I'm 29 and people tell me, oh, I thought you were in a day over 24. So it must be because I just learned to laugh with them, learned to mess around a little bit more with them, you know?
That's awesome. And now you ride a 9-fight win streak. What's the message you have to the fellow lightweights who watch your fight tonight?
We are going to the end. No matter what, no matter what you take away from any of my fights, I'm coming in with a new mindset, a new strategy every single time. I train with the best team in the world, and I'm going to bring it 100% every single time. The fight will never be over until it's over.
Nazim, you had talked a little bit about your mother. Elaborate on her impact on you and your life.
My mother? It's my mother, man. Mother first is God, and after that is family, you know, and mother would be at the very top of that list, you know. I love my mother. We're immigrants in America. It would just be, I don't even know what I would say to the day I hand her the keys to her own apartment, house, whatever. It would be a huge, huge day because they sacrificed everything overseas. They brought myself here. My sister was born here, and they sacrificed everything. So for me to be able to get her a house, that's a lifelong dream. Literally something I've been dreaming of since I was like 12, 13 years old.
Now, is she in the building tonight watching, or is she watching from home?
She never watches. She's just sitting home praying, and I just FaceTime her. Everything's good. She checks first. She doesn't let me call her. She says FaceTime. She checks for the cuts, bruises, this and that. Everything's good. I'm coming home, Mom.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
My man, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Let me circle back to what you're welcome. You were talking about with Amy with the Madison Square Garden. Have you ever been booked there? You missed your opportunity, or is it kind of like the bucket list thing? Fighting in Vegas, fighting at MSG. Like what else? What would it mean like that?
Yeah, I said this last time. I will say it again. MSG, that's a dream for many, I think. MSG. Listen, well, let's just see what happens. You know, maybe it doesn't play out this year, but I just know that it's on my bucket list. MSG, I have my eyes on MSG. Barclays Center, they've had some boring cards. I would like to bring some life to Brooklyn. They're a grumpy crowd, but I think if you bring out the right guy, they'll bring some life to the Brooklyn crowd. And Baku, I don't know how, I don't know when. Maybe I gotta grow my name, become a superstar or something. But I'm bringing UFC to Baku. Maybe it'll be somebody else. Maybe Rafa will do it. But I definitely want to be on that undercard. So definitely MSG, Brooklyn, Baku, and then the rest of the world.
Excellent. I think you keep putting up these wins and finishes and streaks. Of course, it could be done. As far as the performance tonight, you talked about Terrence having that attack. Were you in trouble at all, or he just had the body triangle but really wasn't finding the proper angle, or you were good?
I'm just more frustrated about that. I let him take me down. That shouldn't have happened. You know, that shouldn't have happened. What I did leading up to the finish is something I do in practice every day. I train with elite grapplers, wrestlers in New York. So I wasn't happy getting taken down. The back, I mean, yeah, it's a threatening position, but I was comfortable there. Like I had control of that situation. Just didn't like spending 3.5 minutes there. Or how much was it? Was it 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever? I just remember reversing, ending the round on top, or like a scramble, and then going into the second round.
And then last for me, just walk me through that finish, like the talk you had in between that round, resetting, and then saying, okay, I'm going to find my opening, and I'm going to take this head off.
Yeah, I kind of saw that he didn't really like, he was hesitant on the stand-up. Probably, I don't know, I'm sure they did their homework. He didn't want on the feet. He wanted those takedowns. He wanted to take my back. But his shot was that first round when he had the back. That was his shot. I was not giving that shit up again. I don't know if I was allowed to curse. Sorry. I was not giving that up again, and the fight was only going to get more and more intense coming from my side. I was only going to get better as the fight goes on, as I always do.
Good stuff. Thank you, sir. Congrats on the win.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. So, guys, thank you. Thank you so much. Take care.